Alright, hello again everyone. Skybreaker96 here with a board game breakdown and another yet another week in the Duos and Dark Calls 2025 tournament. And today I get to hunt an old friend, SpencerWolfHeart. Not by any stretch of the imagination a stranger to the Fury of Dracula Discord server, but it's a person that I haven't played in a very long time. So now's the time to see whether or not I've improved by his standards, or if I'm just as rusty as I was when I first joined. So he's playing for the team of Ferret Noose, or Noose Ferret 2, I think? Yeah, it's probably that. And if not, apologies for getting your team name wrong. And if memory serves me correctly, he's a guy who favors a layering strategy for Dracula, which should be a fairly interesting thing for me to learn to play against. I'm not the hugest fan of trying to dig vampires out of lairs, especially when I derp really hard like I did against Combat Wombat and I couldn't figure out where that lair was. Yeah. Anyway, let's hope that we've learned some valuable lessons from all of this. So, I am enjoying this tournament, even though I'm not exactly performing as well as I had hoped I would be. But then again, a lot of my games, and a lot of the games my teammate Azagal have been coming down to some really close decision making, where sometimes you just make the wrong decision and it just hoses you, you know. And well, I mean, I've had some luck as hunters. In fact, the irony of the whole situation is I'm much better at playing Dracula, and I still have yet to post one in the win column for Dracula. My only win in this tournament so far is with hunters. So, we will see what Spencer has in store for us. He's probably taking a good look at that hand of cards, trying to figure out what his plan is going to be. And if there's one thing I remember about Spencer, he's always a person who'd love to push the meta and see whether or not he can make new discoveries. And no doubt he's been probably trying to do the exact same thing in this tournament as well. Let's see. No rush, bud. No rush. Yeah, adding this whole dark call, getting you a Dracula card, has actually made timing very, very critical for the Dracula player. Something I've always noticed, and maybe to the uninitiated, when you play the card Feed or Dark Call on the trail, you don't get to put down a rumor token. Now that might be a good or a bad thing, all things considered, but if you're a guy like me who likes to time your rumor to the last moment, just to startle the hunter player, that could be a problem timing wise if you want to grab the card. All right, we're off to a pistol and a stake, and a knife. Oh, that is so lucky. Okay. Whew. I love me a good wax cylinders. Man, good equipment going on to all the hunters and good event cards. Long night is long night. At least Mina showing a stake. Well, at least he won't suspect it from Godalming. Alright, that'd be great if we had some horses. Let's hope that horses won't be a problem for us. Oh my goodness. Alright, way to go, horse economy. Okay, had to break the momentum somehow. Alright, let's trade. And yeah, sure, you can take the pistol, and you can take this, both the tickets, why not? Yeah, I love me some wax cylinders. It's especially when you luck out and get them early, because of how players play. I by at least the third card they put on the trail, I'm going to hopefully see the hide card. And then they're going to be exposed. Alright. And then that's half the battle right there, figuring out where Dracula is. And then the rest is just getting your logistics together. A rifle and a holy circle, a sense of emergency. What are we going to have for Seward? Another pistol. Ooh, Rufus. You know, again, it's kind of one of those situations where I haven't seen a surprising return yet, so I'm just going to make him an ally. If he turns out to be not useful later, then okay, he's not useful later. But we won't know that until we get there. Dogs. Ooh, okay, behind the veil. I better take some notes on what I see. Yes, note-taking is totally allowed, and I'm doing it. Okay, so spy times 2, a reckless, bodyguards, and a mob. Huh. Well, based off what I see here, I think I'm getting rid of the vampire. Just... Alright. And hopefully that other card that he just put down isn't a vampire. Luckily, I don't see any bats, no fog, no nothing. So, let's hope. Supply, Mina, yeah. A rifle. Okay, fortunately, we're not leaving him anything on top of the deck to use his dark call on, so that's a good thing. Alright, let's see if I can't get that last ticket. Nope. That's not there. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna ping. Okay, nope. Fair enough. I didn't expect he would be in there, but at least it tells me where he isn't. A large swath of space there. Now, I'm curious whether or not he decided to plunk himself down in Italy, or Baltica, or some of the other places. I think tonight would be a great night to use wax cylinders. So I'll try that tonight, and hopefully he chose to hide somewhere. A horse. Excellent. We'll ditch that holy circle. And... oh, that's bad. Well, I'll ditch the stake. Great strength. Always good to have. Alright, Seward. What are we gonna get? Ooh. Okay. Why don't we try a search? Yeah, I'll keep Rufus in play. Sorry, all you Sister Aggie fans out there, but I'm keeping Rufus for now. So we're gonna search. Why don't we see if he went to Bari? Nope. Okay, not in Bari. That's fair. So he probably might not have started in Italy. But that's no guarantee. I mean, he could have been here in Naples or Rome and went to Naples, but I guess we will see. Hopefully the wax cylinders reveals something. Okay, a rifle. And what other things can we supply to find? A newspaper would be nice. Nope. Okay. Well, she's loaded. Bullets would be good for her, but I think we need to keep the stake. Chartered carriage. Alright. That'll be fine. Okay, so now we have to hunt for that last ticket. Throw back this one. Nope. Throw back this one. Nope. Alright. Okay, Seward. Let's use those wax cylinders. And we'll analyze. Ah, that's a whiff. I was kind of hoping he'd played it. But now that he knows that I have it... Ah, there we go. Now the horses are relatively safe to use. And... we don't need to do any trades here. Or do I? What's he holding on to? A rifle, a horse, and a knife. And Mina's got a pistol. Yeah, there's no need to trade. I'll just psychic bond again. If anything, it tells him that I'm not afraid to use the psychic bond, and I haven't forgotten that it's a thing. Now, Godalming doesn't necessarily got the best equipment on him currently. Yep. See, that's what I like to do as Dracula. But again, if you put down... If he had put down Dark Call or Feed, you don't get that opportunity. So, I'm going to skip the long night. He... We'll do one more round of supplying. With any luck, we might get something good. Crucifix and a garlic wreath. Oh, this is just everything's coming up. Wow. That's 2 hunters who drew their hunter-specific card. I'm stunned, actually. It's a shame we didn't catch him in a hide, but oh well. You can't have everything, I suppose. Sense of emergency. All right. Supply. A pistol. All right. Well, I suppose we ditch one of our pistols. Ah, yes. Immediately, please. Varna. Okay, so he is in the Baltica region. Well, I suppose we should go get him, huh? Varna. Okay, so we've got time to get over there and stake that vampire, if it is a vampire. And to be honest with you, I don't know if he's going to be tricksy or not, or try to play a head game with me and make me think that it's a vampire. But I think what we need to do is we need to get that other horse. So we need to get another horse out of this deck. So we need to supply. Let's get that horse. We'll get another stake. It feels so bad to throw away a stake. But at least, I'm showing a stake, so... Forewarned is a good card. It is a very good card, actually. We should probably get that card onto a different hunter, though. What's Godalming got in his hand? Okay, well, let's... we can try to improve the horse economy with him a little bit. Rich boy doesn't like his ticket, so he throws it back, and we're right back where he started. See, it's kind of... Godalming can supply up really quick, but sometimes you just... You hate to see it. Alright, well, Seward. Well, you can't really... I'll play the cylinders anyway. There. At least, if anything, I want to get it into his head that that hide card is not going to help him. If anytime I think he's hiding, I'm going to use that card. So if I get it into his head now, maybe he won't decide to hide as often. But here we go. There's a dark call on the horizon. Let's trade. We need to get that card. Wait, hold up. What was Mina holding on to again? Oh, yeah, she's got the forewarned. Now, if he dark... You know, maybe I should leave it on Mina. Who's got another card that might be helpful over here? Sense of Emergency. Godalming has Great Strength. Well, he doesn't need to hold on to the Great Strength. I'll just... I'll trade with Godalming. And we'll grab that Great Strength off of him so he can... If he supplies up, he can get a card that's a little bit more beneficial. And as far as Mina is concerned... Maybe I'll try to play a little head game with him, too. I'll trade. I'll initiate a trade with Godalming. And... I wonder if this works. Oh, no, it's abandoned. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. I'll take the pistol... and we'll make it look like... Oh, I should have changed the card I was displaying. Oh, whatever. Oh, joke's on me, I guess. Alright. Alright. How to approach this situation. So... he started either in Sofia or Constanta. Now, the question is that a vampire that fights? We need to get over there with our stake and give him what for. But Mina hasn't got the best hand for it. She could charter a carriage for sure. Seems kind of like a 1, 2, 3. Not she can get there. Yeah, she'll just use her chartered carriage, and we'll put that vampire out of its misery. In the meantime, we need to see which direction he's going. All right, let's check down here in Bucharest. Okay, he's not going the Bucharest way, so he's going down into... Yeah, he's probably either going down into Athens, or he's going to try to go the low road through Austria-Hungary. Seward... I really wish you had a horse, Seward. Well, it's fine. Keep those dogs for now. Get that red card off the top. We need to get Van Helsing to the mainland. So might as well make that move now. Alright. Seems like a bit of a waste of a chartered carriage to do this, but I don't want to be under the gun to kill this vampire when... Yeah. It makes the horse economy a little worse, but... And he knows that I have the stake, so we're going to learn pretty quick what this is. Okay. I'm going to play a game with him. Well, actually, you know, there's no point in not searching with the stake. It just doesn't make sense not to. All right, let's see. I can improve our horse economy a little bit with Godalming, hopefully, maybe. If I'm lucky. Let's give her a go. Okay, that's not bad on the first draw. Give me a better one. Ugh. Okay, fine. Sometimes I feel it just gives you back what you throw in most of the time. Let's keep him honest. Okay. Pass. Alright, now. I've seen him put rumor tokens on things that aren't vampires before. So, we're just gonna... We're gonna use our stake. Oh, desecrated soil. Okay, well... Yeah, that lets him rummage his thing a little bit. See? And now... He might have plans to come back to that later. But I don't have a heavenly host to show him. Or at least, that's what he thinks. See, now would be a good time for him to wolf form and move, but I know he hasn't hidden. So, assuming that his moves have been... in a downward trajectory, he's probably gone to Sophia, and he's maybe gone to... what is 46 called again? Salonica. Yeah, Salonica, and then over to Valona, over here, right? So, and he hasn't wolf formed yet. So, at the very furthest, he could be in Athens right now. But I'm not too eager to drop on a Dracula when it's still a bit early. We still don't have the benefit of all of our hunters being as equipped as they could be. I would love for Godalming to have another item, personally. So, but then we also need to do a little bit of trail cleanup here. Well... Let's see what happens if we horse. Okay, we're not short stopping. So let's see if Valona's on our trail anywhere. It's not. Okay, so he's decided to make a break for it. He must have. Because... Yeah, he's... Well, at least we don't have to pitter around there for too much longer. Let's go. We're going to have to get some supply. Bullets. Well, just to use with a pistol. Yeah, I suppose so. Bye-bye, doggos. Ooh, hired scouts. Okay, we needed that. So, let's see here. This should be obvious, right? Mind you, I could bumble this up. So there's no way, because we were in Bucharest, that he could have gone up and along. And Constanta is probably that last card right there. So he probably went to Sofia, and then promptly from Sofia he'd gone to 6, and then so he could be as far as, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. He could be as far as 59 or 53, and he's not in any of those two places. Yeah, okay. I see what you're trying to do there, sir. Well, we don't need to have an encounter here. But since it's a large city, we should supply. Knife. Okay, well, let's discard the rifle. One of these rifles, anyway. Another hired scout. Okay, I missed the first time. Let's see if he's decided to go to either 28 or 6. I knew eventually I'd find him. Alright. So now he's looking to get back into Bucharest, isn't he? So Belgrade, yeah. So Sofia is there, and since he wasn't in 53 when I did, so he's got to be over here in Galatz, which, I mean, okay, cool. And he's not going to mature Varna, that's for certain, because he doesn't need to mature Varna. Nope. Let's just ping the ticket pool a bit. Nope. Okay, there we go. That was an improvement. I don't need to do that anymore with Godalming. But man, Seward, you need yourself a horse. Okay, Hyde's not on the trail. There's no point in me playing it, really. What do we got here? Oop, wrong pile. Yeah, 3 drag. I'm not gonna Knight Supply and gamble and give him an extra card. That'd be kind of silly. Sad thing is, though, Seward could really use a good ticket to go somewhere, which means I'd have to throw back a bad ticket in order to get him a good one. And there's 2 more horses in the deck, so I don't know. You know what? If only just to get him up to where Van Helsing is in Paris, hopefully we can get a 3 out of the pile. Okay, cool. We'll use that ticket next day, and we'll have a little rendezvous with Van Helsing. In the meantime, Mina needs... One, two... Man, and this is kind of where I would love to have a horse with Van Helsing as well. But no sense in doing that. He does have a chartered carriage, though. Yeah, well, let's just pass. We don't need to muck around. And I guess get Mina a ticket. Okay, not a bad ticket. Yeah, now he's going to put a lair in Constanta for sure. Yep. And assuming that he's in Galatz right now, he might not. Well, I mean, I'm making a pretty big assumption. He could very well have decided to go to Budapest and work his way back over. And right now, the only person who can catch up to him would be Godalming. But does it warrant the use of a sense of emergency? Or... That's a good question. Sorry, while I'm in the think tank for a second here. It would be the... It would be an incredible waste of a sense of emergency if I play it and it turns out that he's not where I think he is. So let's see here, Klausenberg, and he could have gone to Budapest, and then he could be sitting on... Well, he could be sitting on 59 right now. That seems kind of like a bit of a stretch. Or he could be right there in Vienna. Anyway, let's just... We don't need to use the sense of emergency. We'll just horse it for now, and we'll check and see whether or not he's... Oh, that's embarrassing. Whoops. A spy. Wait a minute. Let's have a look. It kind of... Yeah, but then he gets to see my entire hand. Well, I knew that spy was there. Let's ditch the pistol. There, we'll clear the spy from the thing. Now we're gonna have to get our hunters moving. Let's move by rail and get up to Paris. And how far could Van Helsing get with a chartered carriage? Not that far. It would go 1, 2, 3. He could get about as far as Genoa. But then... Or let's zoom in a little bit. Or he could charter a carriage and go 1, 2, 3... Nah, he's... There's no point in using that chartered carriage with him. I think we just move him to Paris. But Mina... Mina, you're on cleanup duty. Let's move you to Sophia. I cannot prevent this combat. Nah, it's too early for Lucy's revenge. I say we dip out. Nope. I am not a big fan of you plotting, but I did punch him, so now he's going to be a little bit pissed off. Oh, if he plays strength, this would really hurt if he played strength, but I can't risk him batting away. Ugh, okay, double plot. Enjoy my knife. Okay, so now he can cancel dodge. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. He maybe went into the deck to get a escape as bat. I'm probably just going to play escape. Sure. Yep, okay, that's fine. Can recover some health. Yeah, he's played both his plottings, so I don't have to worry about falling into a nefarious scheme. I think I just dodge here. Ooh. Alright. Now, if he has the other fangs... Well... The question is, does he play... Is he gonna bait me into a strength? I think I escape. If he bites me, he bites me. That's fine. Okay, well, I should have played knife. But I am going to say no to the bite. Well, I could have played the knife. And here I am second-guessing myself. The knife was the right play, but I was worried about strength. So, what do we do now? We just rest? Yeah, I think we rest. Seward. Well, we know where Dracula is, and he didn't play hide on the trail, so... We... grab a ticket. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Well, he could decide to just tar and feather me, you know, just play hide just to stay on the spot, or feed, or dark call. I mean, he probably is going to dark call this turn, if I'm being entirely honest with you. That's what I think is probably going to do. But now that Mina... I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but we'll pass. And Mina is going to have to deal with whatever the hell this is. And we'll use the stake. More dirt. You just can't catch a break, can I? Well, I've seen one of these spies go down onto the trail, so... Yeah, but now he's got a rumor token on desecrated soil. Okay, well, where's he gone to now, you figure? See, supplying here does not help me. Now, if he's going to try to make a turn back on his trail, he could go up to Budapest and then over to Klausenberg. Come back around the back side of the castle, if that's what he's planning on doing. I really wish I had a telegram right now. Then I could at least... Where's this? Sizigid. He might have gone there. Now, we need to resupply. Oh, Budapest was already on the trail. Okay, well, we got time to deal with that little bugbear. Let's see whether or not we can get... Seward's sense of emergencies, and then he gets to where? 1, 2... He gets as far as Munich, and then what happens? We need to put a little bit of pressure on him. Get our hunters in there, or maybe, and force him to kind of... to hem him into a corner, maybe? And Van Helsing could use his chartered carriage to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he would end up in Venice, but... I think we just will supply with him, and maybe we can get that... garlic isn't going to help us there very much. I guess we'll get rid of the dogs. Get that card off the top of the deck. And now Belgrade is the next... You know what? So where did Dracula go? Well, from where he was there, he could have gone to Vienna. Could be in Vienna right now. And he's... Vienna or Sizigid, because he didn't go to there. And I don't want to search that again. And I'm just going to move Mina up to Bucharest. We need to kind of re-equip Because Mina could still get to Belgrade tomorrow and deal with that if it is a vampire, and then we don't have to worry about it. Oh, Godalming, you've got time to deal with that. You should probably just rest, if I'm being entirely honest there. Yeah, rest. Take the opportunity to rest. Seward. It's obvious he didn't hide, so I don't need to worry about that. Seward can rest, just to get the damage that he did to himself off of himself. Jeez Louise. When my kingdom for a horse. I've said this before. If next day Van Helsing moved over here to Strasbourg, then he could use his chartered carriage to get 1, 2, 3... Yeah, that's just an ugly place to charter a carriage from. It really is. It would have been amazing if I was down in Marseille right now. But, I mean, we're in Paris. Let's just... I we don't need to worry about that. Let's just pass for now. Our impatience has been what's been killing us in this tournament. So he's... Okay, now both of those desecrated soils are in layers. One's in Varna, and the other one on Sofia. So, and this is Constanta, the last one right there. The one we... I mean, by process of elimination, it has to be. And we figure he's here. So, now he's... Well, we needed the time. So his desecrated soil... yeah. Well, let's supply. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we throw the bullets away because the garlic wreath is actually useful. We got a planned ambush now. Seward. He needs a horse, is what he needs. Heavenly Host. Oh, well, he's got one of 2 Heavenly Hosts. Let's ditch those bullets. Lucky find. Ooh. Okay. Consecrated ground would be good. Could use a consecrated ground, maybe? Crucifix. Ditch the crucifix, I guess. Excellent weather. Okay, that's fun. Okay, Mina. Oh, this is ugly. Very ugly. As much as I'd love to supply today, I don't know what this is. Let's... Well, we need to solve it. At least Dracula can't come over to it while it's on the trail. Yeah, sure. Graciously, he's just going to let me waste my night action to go there and get the tar beat out of me. Well, now that we're in the situation we're in, we might as well see what we've got in Budapest, so I don't have to worry about that coming back to haunt me. Wolves. Sure. You know I have this knife already, so here you go. There's a knife. Ouch. Okay, now I don't need to worry about them. Seward. And horses are just so important, and I don't have them. I mean, Godalming has the only horse. I say we just pass. Likewise here with Van Helsing, we'll just pass. Alright, Mina. Bats. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm about to get the tar beat out of me here. Okay, so Belgrade is a lair now. Yeah, he could go to the coast. Oh, he's gonna dark call. Just so we can stay put? Okay. I don't think I'm mad at that. Desecrated, so he's probably sitting on top of 2 vampires right now, or a fog, or something ridiculous. So that kind of just screams, come and get me if you dare, kind of. You know what I mean? But we need to be a bit more disciplined about this. We need to think about this. How are we going to get everyone in here? I think we just... Oh, Mina's kind of... Mina's in a bit of trouble, actually. Yeah, Mina is in a bit of trouble. He's going to drag Mina onto that spot, and it's going to be Vampire-a-Palooza. So we need to figure something out. Who drew the lucky find? Oh, I can't get the lucky find to her fast enough. Now, if I sense of emergency to get to where Dracula is, Godalming would only have 7 health left. I don't like it at all. Okay, we'll play fast horses. And... No. Yeah, I think maybe we have to deal with Klausenberg. Mina is in trouble. Does Van Helsing have something to help her? Not really. We have to outwit him. Seward, on the other hand, needs to just get onto that flippin' rail line. I always go after him a bit too early. But sometimes you just can't wait for horses. You just have to deal with what you get. Chartered carriage. 1, 2, 3. Well, but he has an excellent weather. Yeah, well, let's charter a carriage. We'll go to Venice. Because then I can just excellent weather across the Adriatic and land in Valona. And then we'll all kind of be in the same place. Alright, here it comes. We are about to get our teeth kicked in here, but alright, triggers the soil, which is fine. Do I be petty? Yeah, I'm going to forewarn it, only because it gets a healing item of his off the trail. Bodyguards, okay, fine. I'll reveal my rifle. Haha, look, I have a rifle. Go away, bodyguards. And that could have been a lot worse. And now he's got one other item there, or one other thing there, but now we've got some vampire combat to deal with. Now, here's the... do I think he goes to maim me is what I'm wondering here. I mean, if I escape, if I play escape, then he has no choice but to mesmerize to prevent me from running away. I think we have to lead with a punch. Well, that's one Fangs down. He gets no healing benefit from that. Yeah, we don't want to be a part of this fight. Okay, so we have to be extra cautious that he doesn't... Now, he could bait me into a strength, that's for sure. Or he could try to fake me out and play claws. In any case, I think maybe dodging might be the better of the two choices at this point. I don't know which direction he's going to go with his combat. Plotting. Okay, what's he going... He has me mesmerized. I think he would go for fangs, but there's a part of me that thinks he would try strength. But I don't want to gamble it and be wrong and get bitten, especially with Mina. Let's see if he thinks if I don't have a knife. Oh, it double mesmerized. Ooh, okay. I think I'm toast. If he picked fangs, then I'm in for a world of hurt. Damn it. Yep. Hook, line, and sinker. Well, it doesn't matter. You just bite Mina. That's fine. Highly unfortunate. Very highly unfortunate. Well, I didn't want that to mature. Alright. That is desecrated soil. Fortunately, the closest hospital is right here in Budapest, so when Mina finally comes back from being defeated, yeah, and he can get to... I'm fairly certain he'll be able to get to... Yeah, he's probably going straight to Varna. It's a good thing we have Rufus, though. And we're not licked yet. It hurts, but we're not licked yet. Well, Seward, I think we just... We have to pass. Yeah, we have to pass here as well. Yep, defeated. It loses a knife. Oh, yeah, and then that's one of our good rail tickets gone, too. The things you don't think to do. I should... Well, that way, the double mesmerize... Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. The double mesmerize kind of had... If I had punched, I probably would have been okay. But sadly, I am not quite on par with these Dracula combats. Updated his lairs. Klausenberg. This is a Greb. Is here. Yeah. We don't want to forget about Syzygied. Times like this, I wish I had a consecrated ground. Mind you, he's... Yeah. Now he's got that back on the trail. Well, horses are kind of shut down for a little bit until I get that all figured out. Oh, here's the question. Do I back off, give him a little bit of space? And then try to figure out... Well... Well, I think Godalming sitting there is not a bad idea. He'll have to leave eventually. And with Van Helsing poised where he is... Seward, on the other hand, he should move to Budapest. Heart's great. Fantastic. Oh, it's not Sziged, it's Sarajevo? Alright, well. Yeah, we'll have Mina leave the hospital. Seward can unload some equipment on her. This is not as going as well as I had hoped. And to think I was kind of having a little bit of a mini gloat session just a little earlier about all of the good luck items I got right off the hop. They're no good if you can't make them stick. Okay, Budapest and Klausenberg. And Dracula is hidden. And of course, he goes to the other area that I knew about. Alright, let's supply... Oh, this would be an absolutely awful time to find one of the other horses with Godalming. Yeah, an absolutely awful time. Well, we'll gamble it anyway. No, okay, whew. That's fair. I'll keep the... I'll ditch the wreath. And sadly... Oh, you don't want to throw away a heavenly host. You never want... I'll throw the stake away. Speedy telegraph. Oh, yeah, ditch the telegraph. He had a handful of gold. Alright, Seward, now would be a good time for you to find a horse. I guess a chartered carriage will do. You're not going to be able to use it. Dear me. Good luck. Yep, I'm going to need it. Alright, supply. Garlic. And a blood transfusion. That's fantastic, Mina. You're just coming to all kinds of win today. Where's Belgrade? Ah, there. That's probably where the other thing is. Let's rest. So the thing is, I'm not going to be able to go in and get him today. Ticket, ticket. Alright, that's fine. Ticket. Yeah, we're not gonna search that. Try to dredge another ticket, maybe. You know, these both get us the same distance, so throw that back in. All right, well, eh. Okay, what does he do now? Hide. Yep, that's what we figured. Okay. But that leaves us with this mess here to clean up. In Varna. Okay, well, fortunately Rufus is going to bang him up a bit, so let's backtrack. Deal with this. What, not Belgrade? Am I... Oh, yeah. Now, and I punted, too. That feels terrible. That feels absolutely terrible. Yikes. Alright, fine. Supply. Well, we can hope that that's not a bad card there. Yeah, Sarajevo. It was always Sarajevo. Long night. Yay. There we go, a horse. Throw away the garlic. Renewed vigor. I'm going to need that. Now go rest your sleepy head. At times like this, I wish I had a steak. Alright, well. Can I give that escape route to somebody? Okay, we need to have a plan. Okay, Seward has the escape route. Maybe we take the escape route and give him... Yeah, these long night cards aren't really helping me out too much. We can have Van Helsing give the escape route to Godalming, and then maybe Godalming can at least deal with the other desecrated soil. Hopefully. Okay, Mina can trade. Give Seward the horse. And I guess she can take the garlic. Alright, well, Spencer, you can enjoy that. I would. Budapest, Zagreb, and... Okay. He made it a lair? I think I might have lucked out. Alright, so he's moved another sea space. Excellent. Alright, so he's... Alright, skip that. Yeah, we'll skip that as well. Okay, Varna. Varna. We just have to hope we're ready for that. It's probably not a vampire, but it's something. Now, Constanta is going to be a problem. Now, Sewer does have the... We'll just go by rail. Gonna have to have those two deal with those things. Now, while it would be fun to pounce on him in the sea space he's in, I don't think it's in our best interest to have Van Helsing move from this spot. Unless it's to go to... No, just supply. We need to find... Alright, well, telegraph, I guess, is... Yeah, default. We'll get rid of good luck. Now watch Mina find the last horse. Or dogs. All things considered, it's like, should I keep the dogs and just throw away the garlic? Yeah. Oh, local rumors. Yay. Okay, Rufus is already starting to pay us dividends now. Alright, well, let's search Sophia. Unnatural fog. Oh, lovely. Well, I guess it could have been worse. If it had matured, that would have been way worse. So yeah, I'll take that, I guess. Let's see if we can't find that last ticket. Nope. Okay, Godalming has Lucy's revenge, sense of emergency, and a planned ambush. Let's trade the escape route. Oh. Maybe not trade the escape route. I think I'll just have him... Maybe he can find the last ticket. Well, or a better ticket for him. That last ticket is always going to be looming over my head. Okay. Sophia. Okay, well, this isn't speedy telegraph time. Renewed vigor, maybe? No. Let's skip renewed vigor. Yeah, might as well. At least it gets one of those red cards off the top of the deck. Knowing my luck, I probably put a better one into the discard pile. This one doesn't seem all too terrible, but if he gets one... If he matures one of these, it wipes the other one away. We've got one more turn. We need to find a stake. Hopefully we can find a stake. Oh, wait. Are all my stakes in the discard pile? Oh, they probably are, too. This is bad news bears. 1, 2... Yeah, they're all there. There's no point. We're going to have to fight this vampire mano a mano and see whether or not we can kill it. Also, we have to hope that when we play our horse card that we don't draw a glue ticket and then screw ourselves. Okay, that's fortunate. Let's just get Seward onto that spot. We will wait until day to search that, because I don't want to be in a night fight with a vampire. As at times like this, I wish I actually had the money trail. I don't think he would have gone to the Adriatic. I really don't. However, I could hedge my bet a bit. Let's just, if we reposition Van Helsing to Milan, then if he decides to wolf form, I've got a lot of different places that I can run to. So, yeah, I don't mind that so much. Mina, on the other hand, needs to get her scrawny butt down there and help however she can. Yeah. It might be the wrong way to play this, but we'll put her in Venice. At least it throws another good ticket back into the pool to maybe dilute it a bit, so I don't... My odds of drawing that one are far less worrisome. What do we got here? Godalming got yeah, he's sitting on a whole bunch of bad tickets. Just rest. Now we have to pick this apart. Now that Seward... Maybe he... Hopefully Seward can find that last ticket. Well, okay, I mean... The pressure is mounting. Sure, we'll... No. Alright, well... Eventually I'm gonna get that ticket out. Just not this turn. Now, which way did he go? For optimal confusion, now would be a good time for a wolf form. That kind of feels like a landing in Cagliari to me. Alright, skip that. Speedy telegraph. Here's the problem. I mean, I can't... get... Nah, I guess I have to... Now, he could have set down somewhere in Italy. That's perfectly fine. No, this is one of those moments where I would have liked to have Seward deal with that first. Man, everything, logistics-wise, everything is just all out of shape. Nobody's where they need to be. It's just ugly. Well, I suppose we... Okay. Yeah, I have no choice in this map. If I don't want either of these vampires maturing, so we have to deal with them post-haste. Okay, another fog. Yay. Well, at least I know where they're both at now. That could have been really bad if I'd sprung it a day later. But now Seward has no choice but to deal with this stuff. So let's search. Desecrated soil, new vampire, reckless vampire. Okay, let's start with this. And this is the... Can't you... Normally you'd be able to tell which one of the... You know what? I think he'd put the Reckless Vampire down on there. I'll deal with it second, and then hopefully this one... Okay, Desecrated Soil. Yay! You get to draw 3. But you know what I'm going to do? Guess what? No healing for you. Okay, let's check this on Varna. So, this vampire. Oh, they're both on. Oh, right. Okay, that's what I was confused about. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no. If I play it, then I'm guaranteed I'm going to draw the last horse. And then it goes into the bin. I think I skipped this one. Now I have to kill both of these vampires. I can play the Lucky Find on the next fight, because I probably have to. He's probably... What are the odds he leads with fangs? Nah, I should have punched first. Yeah, game's all falling apart now. Let's just take a moment and think about this for a second. Let's play pistol. I don't think he'd waste a fangs quite yet. Or maybe he would. This is a day fight, so okay. Ouch. Yeah, well, he'll get a point for that. Try punch again. Strength. Okay, well, it negates my punch. Yay. Oh, this is super risky. I didn't have a crucifix to block that. Screw it. I know I'm going to draw the horse. Oh, great. On the off chance he tries claws first, just to get rid of the garlic wreath. Or maybe tries plotting. Well, I'll pistol whip you. Let me look at this. This is bad, isn't it? Yeah, that'll give him 7... If he matures that, that's 7. And... yeah, he'd be at 12. Ugh, that's gross. This is going to be one of those desperation games for sure. Okay, I dodged. Yay. We didn't play Mesmerize. He's probably not gonna Fang. He might try to claw me again. Rifle, maybe? Yeah, let's go for a rifle. If he tries to escape his bat. Oh, that was a bad move. I should have played pistol. Well, if he's got an escape, he'll play it. Yeah, well, that's fine. Alright, now we're on to Van Helsing. Kind of wish I had another excellent weather there. Alright, well... at least... if he matures Varna... how ineffectual... how ineffectual that combat was. Fine, we'll just... oh, wait, no. I get another crack. I get another crack at this. Okay. But here's the problem. If they KO Seward, then I'm hosed. It might just be better just to take my licks on this one. I don't like it, but there's no point in putting him at additional risk. I'm fairly certain that he'll take the mature on this one. Pass here. Yeah, that's... I knew he was in Italy. But the question is, did he, like, if he landed on... I figured he probably would have landed in Cagliari. It kind of seems the most likely. Yeah, sure. There you go. You matured it. And now I'm 1 point away from losing. This is so bad. Okay. Now, skip. Speedy Telegraph, yes. We'll play it. Kind of a desperation play here. I'll play the Renewed Vigor. Skip that. Okay, I'll start with Seward. And we'll play the Wax Cylinders. Analysis. Okay, that was the obvious thing. I know where you are now, sir. But what do I do? Well, Seward is so far out of the action right now. If I supply, it'll take... And it's another red card. You just can't win. Alright. Oh, Godalming, you're stuck. Supply, I guess. Ditch the Crucifix. Ditch the Holy Circle. Alright, there. Now he can't just Dark Call. Well, he has to leave next turn anyway. Ticket. Tickets, please. Nope. Okay, well that's... Okay, I've got an escape route on Van Helsing. And an excellent weather. Okay, maybe we supply with Mina and see if she grabs anything good first. A steak. Okay, well, let's ditch the dog. Planned ambush. Okay. Let's... Okay, this is a desperation play. Let's trade with Mina. And give Van Helsing the knife. The Heavenly Host. And the rifle. Okay. Yeah, that looks okay. Yes. Revealed steak. Alright. Now, Van Helsing can... Okay, he's got an escape route. And what other card does he have? An excellent weather. Oh, he needs the excellent weather for sure. We'll trade with Mina. And use event cards. Yes. Mina will give him the planned ambush. Trade. Yes. Now we will move with an excellent weather. No. We want to go to Cagliari, please. Yes, thank you very much. We will play Escape Route. The things you want to save for Dracula. Yeah, I'll use the planned ambush here, because all he has to do is land fangs once, and I'm toast. I think we just knife. If he decides to play strength, that's fine. Claws? Okay, I can live with claws. There, one dead vampire. It would be just my luck if he had fangs. But he wouldn't get the victory point for it. I'd just get a bite. You know what? This game is already kind of... No, he didn't have it! Oh! Oh, that feels so good. Okay, we've got a chance. Alright, I have to at least be able to stick him with 3 more damage. Now he knows I have that knife. I think he might try to play strength. So... Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Alright, what does my instinct tell me? Let's try punching. Claws. Ugh, that hurts. Alright. Wow. Okay. This feels really intense. Dodge. Okay, oops, that isn't what I meant to bring up. Okay, I haven't been mesmerized. So he's played claws, he's played fangs, and he's... But he's got the variety. Claws, fangs, or strength. They're all devastating. Let's try a rifle. Hopefully he doesn't try to fang me a second time. Yes! Ooh! Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. Should I just try to escape? Oh, man. All hinges on this last card. I think we dodge here. Alrighty, mesmerized. Alright. Now this is my... this feels so bad. Does he claw? Does he fang? Or does he play strength? If he has... If he plays strength, I'm okay. Oh. I'll take that. I'll take it. Oh, but he's gonna feed. He's gonna feed, though. I know what we do. Yeah, you're not kidding. What a blinder. Ugh. Okay, look. Okay. Godalming has a planned ambush. Okay, let's pass. Seward has... Chartered care, long night. Well, nothing is that Seward can do can help. Now, as much as I'd love to rest, I know he's gonna feed. And I need to be able to survive this combat. So I will trade with Godalming, and I will take his planned ambush. This is it. I wish I had a heroic leap. Let's start with a dodge. Well, because we got the planned ambush anyway, right? So we mesmerize. Okay, well that's fair. We'll choose a different combat card, obviously, because we have to. And it has to be punch. Now, I think... Alright. If he has... Okay, now we're back into the rock, paper, scissors. Does he play fangs? Does he play claws? Or does he play strength? Well, I can buy myself a turn, but then if he plays... I don't know how to feel about this. Mesmerizes again. That doesn't give me any information. Well... Well... Well, it's been fun, but I think it's over. He hasn't... To double mesmerize. Knife. All right. Yes. Okay. We're not dead yet. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Oh. But I can dodge. Okay, fangs. He played fangs. Okay. Now let's stop and think. He played both of his fangs. So the only two cards that he could play are Claws and Strength. And both of his Mesmerizes are out. So if he's got two, he could have two EABs and one EAM left in the deck. And two Claw. Because he's two Mez. And two Fang, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you could have Plotting. So, okay. The two Mezes are out. The two Fangs are out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's the thing. It's sake. Gee. You know what? Alright. Let's see if I can't outwit my opponent here. Dracula has no choice except to go to C. If he plays Strength... Alright. Die on the salty brine. Please play Strength. Please play Strength. Damn it! Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping you'd Strength. Yeah, what a finale, though. Had the rifle. Rifle. It was, didn't know what you'd try. Well, at any rate, if a guy has to lose this way, then they have to lose this way. So Dracula had... He got his 13 influence, but he only had 2 health left. And it wasn't weak. It was still weak 3. Alright. Oh, yeah, I know. I know that feeling. Yikes. Yeah. Ah, well, good job, Spencer. It's always terrible when it comes down to a final confrontation like that. Like, I had the setup. Now, if I had a heroic leap, I would definitely have suicide bombed him into oblivion, but the problem was I needed all of the tricks that I had when I left from Marseille, or not Marseille. Well, you know, I needed all of those cards to get on the island. Yeah. Well, at any rate, another disappointing loss for Team Dark Horse, but you know what? I mean, games like this, when they come down to the wire like that, it just goes to show you that no matter how far down you are, you can still recover. But it helps if you don't make stupid mistakes early on in the game and kind of punt. I think he had an intense game because being spotted early, and he had to literally flee from Eastern Europe. I think it was a touch on the arrogant side for him to drop onto Cagliari. It seemed kind of obvious, all things considered. But hey, we are where we are. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully we'll put another one in the win column some other time. But for now, Skybreaker96 signing out.